friends, and welcome back to the Holiday Shop. And today I have another wonderful Catholic here, Shari from Catholic Paper Goods. And I'm so delighted for her to join us. And I welcome you, Shari. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you.
Great, great. Good to have you here. And as we mentioned before we went on, we talked about your Instagram page, and that's exactly how I first became aware of your business from the beautiful pictures. And of course, you're going to tell us a little bit about yourself to lead into your business and your story. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am middle-aged mama of one. I have a 13-year-old son, and my husband and son and I, we live in East Texas on 20 acres, and we are building our dream house right now. We're outside pouring concrete, so if you hear that, I apologize. But we're in the Diocese of Tyler, the Bishop Joseph Strickland, and we love it out here. It's really beautiful, peaceful. I grew up in Dallas and lived there until 2 years ago when we moved out here. So I got started. I'm a professional graphic designer, illustrator, photographer, and I've had my own business for 22 years. And about 6 years ago or so, I was doing the Walking with Purpose Bible study at my parish in Dallas. And I kept feeling nudged to start doing something creative with the faith. And that was the only message nudge I was getting. And I kept praying about it and asking the ladies at my table, because we had a conclusion prayer every time we met, and it was supposed to be something specific on your heart concerning yourself. So I always asked for clear direction as to what I was supposed to do. And I kept thinking it was supposed to be something for kids, but I had no idea what that meant. So then about 5 summers ago, I had this very vivid dream of these Catholic greeting cards in black and white, all set out on our coffee table. And so I got up and I was told my husband, it's greeting cards, it's greeting cards. So I started sketching everything out. And so I started there and started producing. My whole goal was to have digital products available, because I am notoriously unorganized and last minute person. So I thought, it'd be really great to do quality sacrament greeting cards, to where if you've got a baptism this afternoon, you are not going to find a baptism card that's specifically Catholic. Let's face it. It's not easy to do. So I started with the sacrament cards, and that way I thought, you can print it, you can trim it, and you're ready to go. You got your card. So I don't know, these were the first things that I showed was First Communion, ordination, confirmation,
Beautiful.
and baptism.
Mm.
And then from there it evolved to I have custom templates on there, so you can do an invitation for a First Communion. And so let me see, that was actually for my sons. So I have this available in the shop too. You can send me your information, and I set it up and hand letter it. It's got the name hand letter.
Oh, so gorgeous. I know you in your backstory that you always loved to draw a font, that you were drawn to font. And I just
Yes.
I love your style. And I could
Thank
see
you.
that passion that you have. And I think that is so essential for us as Catholics to be able to go to a creator such as yourself and have something custom made for us to order. And so I encourage everybody out there. I have her shop pulled up, but the best way actually just going to catholicpapergoods.com to take a look at these items up close and personal. So that's beautiful. So you had this dream because you were praying. You were praying on, where am I going to be moved? We're all called to do our mission for Christ as baptized Christians. So listening to that call, and obviously you had the gifts that were planted there, and you built on that. So to see all of these different items, very unique and unusual and colorful. some are and some, I mean, as you showed, those were your first initial ones that were black and white.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of the style a few years back. So I just celebrated 5 years of the shop opening this past week. I launched on November 30th, the Feast of St. Andrew, in 2017. So that's when the shop opened. So I can't believe it's 5 years now. There's hundreds and hundreds of products in the shop now.
Oh,
It can be a little
congratulations.
overwhelming. I'm trying to get them consolidated by category so that people have an easier time of looking through there. But
Yes, yes. And so, so then it just continued to evolve for you, listening to the
yes,
spirit, how the spirit was calling you.
right. Right. So my godson, Peter, I decided that very first year I was doing this for Christmas, I was going to give him a St. Peter trading card. I just had this idea. And then I started thinking, that's kind of silly. You don't just have one trading card, you need a set. So I decided to do all of his siblings. So my 5 nieces and nephews, did one for each of them so that, I had a complete set. So that's kind of how the saints involved. My friend of mine calls me the saint lady because there are hundreds of saints in the shop, and that's how this started. Was I decided to do these trading cards. So I have these again are all digital products that you download, and it's got the saint on the front and then all of their stats on the back. And
How wonderful to have that handy,
yeah.
because you're right. We might have heard of a particular saint, but it's nice to know when were they born and kind of
Right.
the backstory of their life. Small and simple.
Yes. Yeah, these are they're the size of a typical thank you note. So the idea was, if you get the template page, there are 2 on a page, and they're flat like this so that you can cut and score and fold them. Give them as a confirmation card, so that the patron saint of the chosen has a card for their saint. And also I know some school teachers have used them all. They've strung them up and used them as a banner, like the Marian ones in back of me. Same kind of idea. People have gotten creative, use them in all kinds of ways that I never even considered using them for. But that's how the saying started. It wasn't a plan. It was just this little idea. And then I started thinking, well, I should just continue to illustrate them along with the liturgical calendar. So I started posting them on Instagram in color, and then offering them as coloring pages in black and white. So now, I mean, those are the things that sell the most, I believe, is our coloring pages, because every morning, whatever's feast day it is, I get a ton of people purchasing that day, and I love that because you can talk to your kids, your classroom. We homeschool, so my son, he's surrounded by all of this every day. He knows more about saints than I ever did at his age.
That's
So
beautiful.
it's fun.
It's great ways to bring our faith into the home, whether you have children or whether you're going to, as you mentioned, send a card to someone.
Right.
And there's so many people that they're not aware of maybe a certain saint if they're going through something, and they just need that encouragement to say,
Right.
this particular saint would be the perfect saint to pray to and ask for intercession. So that's beautiful. Now, can we get started? Shari, what did you want to show us on the holiday shop?
Gift shop. Okay. So I have quite a few physical products. The most popular ones that people know for are stickers. These are all Sacred Heart stickers. Every sticker in the shop is waterproof vinyl, so that you can put them on water bottles and they go through the dishwasher. They're dishwasher safe. We've had some on ours now for 5 years that are still in perfect condition. They don't fade, which is great. So I have hundreds of saints in the shop that most of them are 4-inch tall like these, and you'll find modern saints and blesseds and some of the older ones, the most popular ones, and got all different kinds of configurations. There's some saint squads that have several. These are the young saints, Polish saints, and female martyrs. Gosh, this one's very popular too. Saint San Damiano cross, holographic
Beautiful.
one. And
Beautiful.
then of course there are a ton of Mary. I've got Our Lady of Perpetual Help. I've got both of those vinyl, holographic and plain.
Mm.
And the same with Our Lady of Guadalupe. I believe this is the top selling item that I have. It's crazy how many of these are so popular. I can't hardly keep them in stock. Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Gorgeous. Now,
And
on your shop also, you have Catholic planner stickers. I was drawn to that.
yes, yeah,
Do you have those handy to show
I
us?
do. Yes. So the first set has typical holiday, holy days, and I apologize. My print company, they got them all out of order, which is unfortunate. So they're not chronological according to the list PDF list that you get. But there's Ash Wednesday, and there are several meat Fridays.
I love that. So that would be a great addition to your calendar.
Yep.
Many of us have either calendars that we have gotten from our parishes.
Right.
And we like to be, and I can see with children too, interactive with those stickers and asking them to place those stickers onto the calendars. And as far as for yourself too, even if you have a journal, they
right
add to your journal pages.
Yes. In the first set, we'll offer you several confession. Let's see, pray the rosary, several stickers of those. So the first set are, for their baptism anniversary, wedding anniversary, just the, your biggies. And then the second set is All Saints feast days. So these are just add-ons, that you can.
Fantastic. So remember, catechists out there that are watching this, or if you know someone who's a catechist, this would be a perfect item to add to their gift list.
Yeah, and I should say these are the only ones that are not waterproof because they're designed for planners to be stuck to paper. I do also have some magnets. I've got Sacred Heart, Immaculate Heart, as well as Our Lady of Chesahola.
Gorgeous.
And this one was a custom request. #Catholic for kids.
Love it.
For sticking in lockers. So
I wanted to mention too that Shari has been so gracious. She is offering 15% off of her items in her store by using the code Christmas, and I'll link that below too.
Also have some acrylic pins. I'll show you the back side has it looks like this.
So it's a nice round and
yes.
Holder.
It's a St. Martin de Porres. This one was a custom request from a parish at a minimum order, so I have a few left of just him. And there's also a Sacred Heart.
Great. Just amazing work you do.
Thank you. And then I've got some keychains too. Sacred Heart, Jerusalem Cross, and a Saint Benedict medal.
So many great stocking stuffers, everyone.
Yes.
Let's give the gift of faith this Christmas.
Yep, I've got several t-shirts as well. I don't know how easy those are to show. Women's sizes. I don't know if I can.
Beautiful.
That one is Mary. And Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Now, is that a one size or unisex size, Shari, on the t-shirt?
These particular are women's cut.
Okay.
And I have a few left. They've sold for the season the past couple weeks, but you can see that they're the the thinner female fit
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
these. Then I
Mm.
also have, these are there's one more white one that's also a women's shirt.
Love it.
And then these are the men's, the regular unisex t-shirt.
Mhm.
There's a San Damiano cross.
Mm.
I also have Our Lady of Guadalupe for men, um, as well as the Sacred Heart.
Love it.
And for kids, I don't have as many left for kids, but I've got a few Our Lady of Guadalupe and hashtag Catholic.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love the fact that we can wear our faith and share our faith. It's a great conversation starter.
Yes,
Even if somebody were just to notice it and maybe there would be no verbal exchange,
right.
but it is a way that we can evangelize. So that's fantastic. Now, another thing that
Now,
I really loved in your shop is your Jesse tree printable color
yes,
ornament.
yes.
I just loved that. And of course,
Thank you.
Shari
Yep.
wanted to mention about these being instant digital downloads.
Yes,
I
they
mean,
are printables. So you do get a template. I also have antiphons, and this is one that my son and I cut out. So this is what they look like when you print them, download and print
mm,
them. And then
mm,
there are cut lines. I don't know if those are visible there, but you can clearly see where to cut them out. And then we just string them up and hang them.
perfect.
And I should
Perfect.
mention that these are available in color and black and white, so your kids can decorate them every
Mm,
single day. And
mm.
the Jesse tree also has the date that you hang them and the corresponding scriptures related to the history of salvation. So
Perfect.
gives you
Now
that info
remember,
in there.
everyone, just like Shari has the banner here, I could also see that being
Yes,
strung. You can do that as well
right.
on
Yes,
a hoarding.
right. The antiphons come in a card set, just the exact same thing, and they have the date on them. And people have strung banners with those
Mm,
as well. Now, St. Nicholas is huge, right? The feast day is coming up here on December 6th, this coming week. And this is a huge popular item too. These are printables that you can download and affix candy canes. I got a large and the small. I don't know if you can see them. It's easier on the small ones, if you can see, to just staple them because the cellophane gets in the way. But on the larger
mhm.
ones, there are trim lines where you can just slip the candy cane in there.
You thought of everything, Shari.
It's
Made it
fun.
easy
Hope
for
so.
us.
Yeah, hope so. And I just a couple days ago finished up a quick set of the coloring page activities. So there's a St. Nicholas, full body, and then the St. Nicholas coins. I don't know if you can see that with the bag. And then this is fun. This is a decorate his mitre.
Mm.
And then there's a page of put it up as little bands that you can cut out, trim this out, affix the bands, and then they can wear it. Kiddos can wear them.
Fantastic. Oh,
And
kids
then
really love that.
yeah. So then
Yes.
there are also two mazes. One is simple for younger kids and a little bit more complex for the older kids. And it comes with the answer keys as a separate file, so teachers and moms can use
Mm.
those. And
So much
then
to offer with that. You will find that on her shop under St. Nicholas Day activity. It's a bundle.
yeah, the Advent. Yeah, there are several different, some of them are sold separately and some of them are, yeah, all together. And then there are also some Advent word search as well. My son's been playing with this one. And there's a
Mm.
simpler one for little kids. And it's the same thing. There are answer keys for those also.
So,
And then
so
we've
your
got,
children are learning, they're having fun, they're using their creativity, and you can sit with them and you can talk about the meaning of these things as you are, sitting next to your child and they're searching for those words. You can talk about it. You can
right.
talk about what it means. So it's
conversation
really a faith
starters.
lesson.
Yeah, and then the same with the bingo. Because as you're calling out each item, the antiphons are included on there, symbols of Advent and the Advent saints. And the calling cards that come with it are larger size, so you could actually print out 2 of these and use it as a memory game. So kids can put them down and what else we got here?
A mom thinks of everything. That's why I just love so many Catholic moms have businesses, have Etsy shops, and are creating, because as we know, these items aren't readily available when we go to the store. The secular
No.
stores don't have things like this. And so this is wonderful to be able to supply these things for parents.
Yeah, and I should add that I welcome suggestions and ideas and things for the DREs, homeschool moms, religious ed teachers, anybody who needs specific things or has a great idea but maybe not be able to execute it. I welcome that, and I offer special rewards for people that do bring those ideas to me. So a lot of, some of the most creative things were born of requests, or just like, hey, you really ought to consider this. So I love that, and because I can't possibly think of everything that people would need. I've just got 1 kiddo. So, if there are activities for houses with 6 to 8 kids, it's a little different environment than what I'm used to. So I love that idea of having more games and interactive stuff for the groups.
And the best way for someone to reach out to you, is that maybe through an Instagram message? What do you,
Actually my email is on my Instagram. That's actually the best way, because messages get lost in there, unfortunately. I've just realized recently that there are hidden messages there that I've gotten to where I can't keep up with them all. So emailing me is the absolute best, and it's just Shari at catholicpapergoods.com.
Okay.
So
terrific.
you can enter that information at the end too. That'd be great.
Yes, I will put it in the description box too, below. Wonderful. What else do you have for us, Shari, before we have to sign off?
Oh yeah, Christmas cards. I've got a set of black and white ones, that a big bundle, and they're 8 different designs. Some of them are English, some are in Latin, but these are all part of that original idea that I had, that whole collection of, oops, am I showing things upside down? Here we go.
Are they blank inside?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you can write your
no
own
greeting.
message.
They're all one-sided when you print them out. So and then there are color. I've got several color versions as well. They're me and my typography that I love. So yeah, these are all sold in a big group of downloads, and it's great as you can continue to use them. It's not a one shot, you're done. You can, for your personal use, you can reprint them as you need. And then I've done several. These are also a set, little digital woodcuts. And I have black and white of these 3 kings of these 3, as well as there are color version as well.
That is gorgeous.
I don't have a printout of the Mary and Jesus, but that one is in navy blue.
Let's remember to send Christmas cards. Let's include Christ in our greeting cards. I mean, yes, there are nice greeting cards and cute greeting cards that might have Charlie Brown and but let's keep Christ in Christmas. And when we're sending out those cards, let the card show that this is the reason for the season, right?
Yep. And I've got 2 sizes of this same artwork.
Beautiful. And
on Amazon you can get these red envelopes, so if you choose to print this out, that's kind of a nice touch. And then also I used to say have a custom option. So if you send me a family photo,
Oh,
I can set this up for you, and then you can take it to any online or local photo. They're 5x7, so they're typical standard size. You just get the JPEG files once it's done, so you can order in any online print shop. So it
fantastic,
shows you.
Shari.
Then this is the blue version of Mary. So
Love it.
I those are also top seller. Those are popular.
Mhm.
Gosh.
There's so many Advent, and we're only going into the second week of Advent. So there's a lot of time left. There's so many wonderful Advent helpers out there, coloring pages and Advent wreath week by week.
Oh
I
yes,
know
yes.
Halloween for kids.
Yes, like I told you, my printer's on the fritz this morning. I didn't print, don't have those in front of me to show, but yes, there's an Advent wreath, and that came about as a mom asked me on Sunday, just because of the Instagram post, if I could do a coloring page for week by week. So I just quickly added that for her, and then there's a color version also. If you're like us, where we're not living in a place where we have a lot of space right now, so we just printed out the color paper one and trimmed the flames apart. My son is just taping them to the back as we go, since we don't really have space for Advent wreath right now.
I love that. And remember, everyone, go to catholicpapercompany.com and you will also see items that would be accessible for different sacrament celebrations, First Communion and confirmations, baptisms.
Yep,
So don't
yep,
forget about
first
that
one.
Easter.
Yes,
So,
there are some Easter cards. And also I have a lot of Marian options. This is one of my favorites. I actually do this for my mom for Mother's Day. And I don't know if you can see it. It's a Marian teacup. It's
beautiful.
watercolor, and it's got the Immaculate Heart and the smoke and the steam.
Oh, Shari, that's
Inside of the cup has
absolutely
a
gorgeous.
there are a lot of symbols in it that are kind of hidden. And the inside of the
Yes.
cup has a rosary. Yeah. So
Oh, love it.
and then of course there's Our Lady of
Mm,
Perpetual Help. So all
mm,
of these are cards that you can download and print. They'd be
mhm,
great Mother's Day cards. There's also
mm,
Hail Mary in Latin. There's
mm.
also an English
So
version. But yes,
unique,
I mean, and
so
I've
beautiful.
got also have Mass for the Deceased cards.
Mm, mhm,
So as well as a sympathy card and several different color options for men or women. So
mm,
you can enclose
mhm,
the mass card in the sympathy card, or if
mhm,
you just have a regular sympathy card, it's a pretty way of fixing a mass.
mhm. As I'm watching you show these different items, wouldn't it be wonderful to include a lot of these cards in a nice gift box and and a sort of collection of these different
Yeah.
cards and give that as a gift to someone so
Yeah.
they have that readily available.
That's a great idea. I really had in my ridiculously long to-do list an option to do a bundle of that so that you have a discount rate, and in one order there are all of them. So I will be adding that at some point, but it's not available just yet, but I will do that because that's been on my list forever. And, like
Fantastic.
cards
We
like
only
this.
have a few more seconds and we want to make sure to get
Okay.
in. I'm sorry, I would love to show every single item. Is there
Great.
maybe one particular item that you want to end the interview with?
Let's see. Valentine's. I know that it's not Valentine's yet, but they're super popular. We've got many that are specifically Catholic with saints. And also some stuff that's hard to find are ordination cards, not just for priests, but for deacon as well. Simple.
Oh, I love it. So creative, so wonderful. Shari, I really appreciate the time you've taken to be on the
Sure.
holiday shop with us today. So friends, go to the links below where you can use that discount code that Shari has been so gracious, and check out her different pages to follow her and contact her too. So thank you so much, Shari, for joining
Welcome.
us. And
Thank you for having me.
everyone, God bless.